Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to another episode of Wake Up and Barça. Getting a later start than what we wanted. I know initially on Monday's episode, I said we'd get going at 7 a.m. back to our regular time. It didn't happen. Doing what I can here, folks. So it is just past noon here on the eastern side of the United States, and we're going to be talking about What is it? What is their name? I even forget already. Intercity. I was about to call them Inter Milan or Inter Miami. Neither of those teams. Intercity versus Barcelona. We'll get into the lineups. We'll talk predictions and more. There is some news that we have to discuss, particularly around Lewandowski. So we'll take a look at everything going on around Barcelona and the Camp Nou leading into this Copa del Rey match. Again, Intercity hosting Barcelona in Copa del Rey. Match preview here on the Undefeated channel. If you want to be part of the conversation, subscribe to the channel, connect with your fellow culés from around the world as we go over this I keep wanting to say Inter Miami, Intercity FC Barcelona matchup. Copa del Rey, like I said, lineups, predictions, and more. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Let's go ahead and kick things off the right way.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuning in to the Undefeated Mustache John.
All right. I see in the chat we are ready to go. I got a lot of the regulars in here. I see my stash mod Kudis. I see Connor in here. Harry, hello. Alex, what's up, brother? Who else we got in here today? Fabrice, of course, is here with us. We've also got, who else? Just scrolling through the chat here, seeing who we got in here. Spaghetti, hello and welcome. Hat Kid, hello. Welcome. Everyone watching on replay, welcome, my friends. Make sure you leave your comments down below as you watch today's video. I always go back and read those, keep the conversation going, even when we're not live. Folks. But we will start off today by taking a look at the squad list for Intercity versus Barcelona. If you take a look, a couple of big names not on the roster. Lewandowski, Pedri, both getting a rest. So who's going to be in that starting lineup? I do think it's going to be balancing two things. One, we want to rest players for the Sunday matchup against Atletico coming up. We're going to want a fit, healthy, go-to starting 11 for that match. So you would think a lot of rotations for this match against Intercity. However, you got to keep in mind that Xavi was not happy with the results against Espanyol. He was pushing for some of the players to be more intense. He took away their day off and said, no, we're going to train today. So you got to factor in that Xavi might want to see some of his regular starters get some time to enable that match fitness. So I think when we get to the starting 11, it's going to be a blend of resting players, but also making sure certain players are sharp, ready to go for Sunday. So we'll talk about a starting 11 here in just a couple moments. Before we get to that, as you can see, this is a Copa del Rey match. That's today at 3 o'clock. Unfortunately, not doing a live watch-along for this one. Couldn't get out of work. I do have some other responsibilities that I have to take care of, unfortunately. So no live watch-along for this one. But let's talk about it anyway. Intercity down in, I believe, the third tier of La Liga, which means they're down there with Barça B, who I think they played recently and got a draw. But Intercity doesn't even have a logo on the internet. All right, I had to go onto Wikipedia to read about Intercity here. This established in 2017. They were birthed from another club, and here they are taking on Barcelona. Now, you might think Barcelona are going to walk through Intercity, no problem, but let me jump over to this tweet from Barça Buzz and share with you all this stat. Barcelona have lost 3 single-legged Copa del Rey matches against opponents from lower divisions in the 21st century, with the last being in 2004. Xavi played in each of these games. So Figueres in 2001, Novelda in 2002, and then Gramenet in 2004. Could this happen again to Barcelona? I don't think it's likely, but you never know what can happen. So you got to make sure you tune in to see the results. Kickoff is at 3 o'clock. Again, not doing a live watch-along. I will be keeping tabs on the match, so if you follow me on Twitter, might be sending out some updates. Maybe I send out a quick short or two just to give you my reaction to what's going on. I'm thinking Barcelona are going to take care of business We'll get to a starting 11 and official predictions in just one moment. But first, I'll turn to the chat, and I want to get your thoughts on what you think about Lewandowski and Pedri being left out of the squad for this one. Again, no Lewandowski, no Pedri. Before we get to a starting 11, what is your reaction to that, my friends? Let me turn to the chat, say my hellos to anybody who just jumped in here, and we'll get the conversation going from there, my friends. Who we got in here? Thank you, Kudis. A reminder to drop those likes if you're enjoying the content. Oh, and that reminds me, it's supposed to be live on the TikTok as well. Silly goose. I got suspended from TikTok for 4 days for, I'll say, some colorful language towards Lajos over the weekend. I think I'm good to go again. Yep. Okay, let me update this real quick. Wasn't happy about it. Hang on. Live news. There we go. There we go. Go live. Plug this in here. Move that over here. And okay, we are live on the TikTok as well. Welcome all those viewers out in TikTok land. Appreciate you tuning in. Again, we are just coming off of a fresh suspension for colorful language. So we're here, we're live. If you want the full experience, swipe over to my profile, link in bio, get you to YouTube, which is where you all are watching. Drop those thumbs up, I do appreciate it. Anyway, back to the chat. Brian coming in hot with a 6-0 Barça prediction. We'll get to predictions in just one moment here. Fabrice is happy with the squad. Ayush sneaking in here. How we doing, sir? Hope your day is going well. Ghost, what's up, brother? How you been? Says ban was worth it if it was for Lajos. I guess. It's not fun, though. Not fun getting suspended. We'll see what happens here as folks come trickling in. Inner B says, I think that it's better that Lewandowski doesn't play today so that we can see how they play without him. Fair, because we've got 3 matches coming up potentially without Lewandowski. Let's jump over to Sam Marsden here. Says, reliable reports from Lewandowski's appeal have been rejected, and the 3-match ban will kick in on Sunday versus Atletico. Not good news for Barcelona. Barça have not received notification of that yet and will decide next steps if when they do. Still could appeal the decision. It may go on and on and on. FFS, says Sam Marsden. So, we are going to be without Lewandowski in La Liga for up to 3 matches. He is not available in this match today, left off of the roster. I think that is a good move for Barcelona. I think number 9 is either going to be Ferran or Memphis. Third likely, but I'd say not that likely, would be Ansu Fati playing in that number 9 position. We'll see. Again, Xavi has to balance rotating the squad, resting players for Sunday, but also getting the result. We have to get the result, folks. We can't be knocked out of the Copa del Rey by little minnows Intercity before we even get this tournament started. Can't have that happen. All right? Anyway, Harry says he's happy with the squad. Alex says, I think it's good that they get some rest so that they're ready for Atletico Madrid. Amen to that. Kuda says, might be a huge squad game to set up the rest of the season. Fair. We gotta factor all this in. I'm seeing Ayush says Kuda's command first for it to work. Okay. All right. I'm with y'all. What is the judge and light bulb icon that I'm seeing there from Nightbot? What command is that? Brian says we cannot be knocked out by Intercity. Amen to that. Max says Real Madrid 1-0 last night. Nobody cares about Real Madrid. We don't need to discuss them. Connor says, did La Liga ever release the results of their investigation in the Lua situation? I don't believe so. Oh, it's the Ayush command. All right. I love it. Very good. I don't believe so. There's not been any results of their investigation outside of the fact that they are moving forward unless Barcelona want to appeal again. And I don't know if that's going to be the case. I don't know if that'll happen, folks. I don't think so. Anyway, and I just noticed, this is hilarious. Just noticed that in this picture, it's talking about losing to these 3 teams and mentioning that Xavi played in all 3 games, except that's Iniesta. That ain't Xavi, my friends. If you're going to use an image, at least make it related to the text. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, folks. Anyway, is it time? I think it's time. I think we're ready. Let me turn the chat one more time. Thoughts on the U.S. National team news? Wow, boy, could be hot water, to be honest. I don't really want to talk about any issues involving domestic violence, but I'll say Greg Berhalter had an incident, what was it, 25, 30 years ago? Someone tried to blackmail him during the World Cup. I think what happens between a husband and a wife is between them. I don't condone violence in any way. I also believe in forgiveness and people's ability to change. So if something happened decades ago, you know what I mean? If he's changed, if his wife is happy with him, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't want to get into too much controversy or get myself in trouble or have my words misinterpreted, but I'll say I support people's ability to grow, change, and I believe in forgiveness. And I also believe in minding your own business. I also believe in that too. Oh my goodness. Saint says it's time for Ferran to step up. Nishit says, which duo is best, Zidane and Ronaldo or Pep and I don't even know how to answer that. Don't even know how to answer that. Pep and Messi. I don't know. I'm assuming you're meaning as manager and player, of course. I'll go Pep and Messi. I'll go Pep and Messi all day. Anyway, folks, I'm getting away from what we're here to talk about. Let's discuss Barcelona's potential starting 11 for this match against Intercity. Of course, Lewandowski and Pedri are the two that are unavailable. So let's discuss who is available and who might make the starting 11 here, starting with newly promoted Inaki Pena, getting the number 13 as he is promoted to the first team. And traditionally, in the past, Barcelona have their number 2 goalkeeper as the starter for Copa del Rey. Last couple of seasons, we haven't had that luxury of having a reliable number 2. You know who I'm talking about. Now that we've changed things around, we've got Inaki Pena, freshly promoted, like I said, given the number 13. I think he gets the start today in the Copa del Rey. Playing in front of him, we'll see left back Alejandro Balde. In my opinion, should be starting regularly in La Liga, but not the case. And now here's the thing. I might be wrong about this one because, again, Jordi Alba suspended after getting a red card, so he will not be available versus Athletic. Maybe Jordi Alba starts this with Balde being saved for Sunday. That's a possibility. But if not, it's going to be Balde all day. Right back is another position where it could be Bellerin, could be Roberto, but I want to see Koundé, again, coming back from injury. He played in the World Cup, but he was not fit for Barcelona leading into that, so I want to see him come back in, get some time, maybe 45 minutes. Maybe 45 minutes for Koundé. We get a lead, it's secure, then we bring on Bellerin at the right back position. But I think we start off strong with Koundé playing alongside Eric Garcia and Araujo, also back from injury. Eric Garcia looking to regain his match fitness, had a little bit of a poor, I don't want to say a poor run of form. I'll say had a few Lang incidents, giving up bad penalties, some handballs here and there, that kind of thing, before the World Cup break. So I think Eric Garcia comes back. I think Araujo comes back from injury, and we have a strong back four playing in front of Pena there. I think Busquets gets the start in the CDM position. We're all very excited to see Frankie, Pedri, and Gavi over the weekend. I do believe that will be the starting 3 against Atletico, which means we're going to see heavy rotation in the midfield with Busquets, Kessie, and Pablo Torre. This is an opportunity for the youngster to get some minutes, establish himself, demonstrate his abilities for Xavi, maybe get a little bit more playing time depending on how things go in La Liga moving forward for the rest of the season. But Pablo Torre, limited opportunities. I think he gets the chance here today against Intercity. Front 3. Again, we're trying to balance. We got to win. It's a lesser opponent. We've got Atletico coming up on Sunday, but we also want to make sure that we are finding our match fitness, our sharpness, our chemistry. A lot of options. I could be talked out of this, to be fair. But I'm going Rafinha on the right, I'm going Memphis on the left, and I'm going Ferran Torres centrally in the number 9 position. I could be argued out of this. I could be argued into Ansu on the left with Memphis playing striker. I could be argued into Ferran Torres on the right with Memphis and Ansu. I'm pretty unsure. I will admit I'm pretty unsure about the front three because of the different options that we have to go with here. But this is what I'm thinking Xavi is going to go with. Again, balancing. This is a lesser opponent. We want to rotate players, but it's still a must win. And we're still working on our intensity, our chemistry, our match fitness. So with that said, I think that leaves on the bench Ter Stegen, Arnau Tenas, Ansu, Dembele, Frankie de Jong, Gavi, Roberto, Alonso, Jordi Alba, Bayern, and Christensen. So if things are not going according to plan, 45 minutes in, I think we see wholesale changes. If things are going to plan, 45 minutes in, I think we see wholesale changes. I don't think Xavi wants anyone wearing themselves out in this match. It is a must-win, of course, a one-match playoff here. A one-legged tie, as they say. This is what I'm going with the predicted starting 11. This is what I think Xavi's going to go with, and I got to say, I'm pretty content with this. Pretty happy with this. Good rotation, still a good squad. We'll take on Intercity. We'll see what happens. Predictions, I'm going 5-0 Barcelona. No excuse for giving up any goals, even if we put in a B squad that should be able to handle Intercity. No problem. I'm going 5-0 Barcelona. I'm going goals from Memphis Depay, Ferran Torres. I'm going to say... This is tough. I'm going to say Ansu gets one off the bench, and I'm going to say Ferran gets another, and then maybe either Gavi or Frankie de Jong off the bench. So 5 goals mixed around. Ferran gets 2, Memphis gets 1, Ansu gets 1, and Frankie gets 1. 5-0 victory for Barcelona. Lock it in. Let me know your predictions. I'm going to turn to the chat now. Let me know what your thoughts are on the starting 11. What did I get right? What did I get wrong? What would you change? Who would you like to see in the starting 11? And then let me know your predictions for the scoreline and the goal scorers. Again, if you're participating in the chat live, make sure you're subscribed so you can do so. But if you're watching on replay, let me know down in the comments. I'll circle back, keep the conversation going. With that said, what do we think, folks? Let's get some opinions. Kuda says this will be an interesting lineup. Connor says, wasn't Pena loaned out to a Turkish club last season? Yes. Played against us. Galatasaray, actually. The Hat Kid says, I like Pena getting minutes. Do you think he might be our first goalkeeper choice in future seasons? In future seasons, sure. But that's when Ter Stegen's ready to hang him up. I don't think he's going to steal the spot from Ter Stegen anytime soon. Max says no VAR, so going 2-1 to Barcelona. Brian says if we have Pena in, a goal will definitely be conceded. No faith in Pena? Okay. All right. Fabrice says Memphis and Ansu with goals would be great. Saying 4-0 for Barcelona. Harry says 3-1. I can see Ferran Depay and Torre getting goals. Okay, so we're at least feeling optimistic about it. Circling back to the top here, I see Matinho, how we doing, sir? Says Depay left wing, Ferran striker, Rafinha right wing. Okay, so we're in alignment on that one. Waybricks saying some good Mukoku reports today. We'll see. Rumors are rumors. You know, I try not to touch on those too much. Alex says, I think I want Alba over Balde because, like you said, he's suspended for the next match, so it might be best to save Balde for Atleti and start Alba versus Intercity. It's a strong possibility there. I would say a strong possibility that we'll have Alba instead of Balde, or they might split the time. I think there's going to be heavy substitutions in the second half. We'll see. We shall see, my friends. I'm seeing some predictions coming in on TikTok. I'm seeing 2-0 Barca. Let's get some other predictions going here, my friends. Of course, it's good to see everybody. And again, if you are watching on TikTok and you want the full experience, all the glitz and the glamour and the graphics and all that jazz, make sure you swipe over to the link in my profile. Click that link. That'll take you over to the Undefeated Mustache John on YouTube. Right over here. And if you're watching on YouTube, you're in the right place, my friends. This is where you can get all of the Barcelona news, match previews, match reviews. We are live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Wake up and Barça. I'm going to stop promising the times that I'm going to do it. Because I do want to get back to doing 7 a.m. It's the easiest time for me to do it. Just literally wake up and go. But I've been hitting that snooze button. My friends. And I got to tell you, I like sleeping in. It's been nice. But we'll get back to it. But we are live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We are not doing the live watch along for this match. I will be watching on the background while I'm doing other stuff. But in the meantime, like I said, keep the conversation going. If you're watching this on replay, come back on Friday. We'll do a little match review covering the good, the bad, and the Barça from this match. Hopefully it will be good results. We'll be celebrating a victory. And on Friday, we'll also do a little match preview for the upcoming fixture against Atletico Club. I see Ayush coming in with a 4-0 prediction. Depay getting 2. Ferran and Kessie. All right, I'd love to see it. Focus, how we doing, sir? Says also saying 5-0 Barcelona. Love it. Waybricks with the 4-0. Harry says the main thing is you're doing it and we appreciate it. Oh, well, thank you, Harry. I do appreciate that. I'm going to keep showing up for you all. Keep showing up for this community. Some of these streams will be longer than others, of course. I am a busy boy, but I'm here for the community. This is all about supporting the badge, supporting each other, the good times and the bad, chaos, calm, whatever's going on in the world. You've got a safe place here, my friends. So I appreciate you all very much. Seeing more predictions coming in. Alex saying 4-0 Barça, of course. Spaghetti, hello. Okay, I think that is... Dylan, you're hilarious. I say this all the time, but for folks that support other clubs that come to this channel to be like, oh, Hala Madrid, Ronaldo, oh. You know what I mean? Just as a person, I encourage you to find a better way to spend your time. Just saying, Dylan. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here, folks. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy this match. Visca Barça. All the good things. Next time I see you will be Friday. Like I said, wake up and Barça. That one is going to be early because I'll be going into the office of my day job. So Fridays will be early. Make sure you are tuned in. No, excuse me. Make sure you are subscribed. Notifications on so you know when to tune in. Be Friday, my friends. All right. Fabrice says, your streams are always a joy for us. I'm so glad I found your account. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad you found us, Fabrice, and everybody else out there watching. The Stash Squad, the Undefeated community, the coolest coolace. I appreciate you all very much. Again, I will see you on Friday. Yes, Alex, I saw that. Nightbot takes care of things for me. No worries at all. Okay. I think that's it. Right? We've covered everything. We've done the previews and predictions. We've talked lineup. We've gone over the Barcelona news. I've told you what's going on channel-wise. Let's go out and enjoy our day. Enjoy some Barcelona football later on. Go out there and have positive interactions. High fives and hugs for whoever wants them. I love you all very much. And I will see you next time right here on the Undefeated channel. Thank you so much for tuning in and taking a ride. Mwah.